Shalom Israel. This is Brother Nalah, House of Israel. Another episode of Nalah's Chamber. Once again, I appreciate your support for this new channel. Please hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you can get notified for the new episodes of Nalah's Chamber. And I appreciate your support for my portion of the work in Israel, or one piece of the portion, just doing these commentaries and getting the spirit out there, the edification spirit out there in these current events and prophecies. As you may know, on August 10th here in 2019, we went out to Philly to lay the groundwork with the Unity Camp with the Sakari brothers, and I believe HYK is what they're called, I believe. It was a beautiful thing. It's always good to be unified with other brothers in the truth, especially when there's good harmony between the camps. Wish there was more of it, but whatever camp you're in harmony with is always good, because you need different aspects of different camps. Everybody's not going to take to one camp spirit. That's why the Most High has it to where you have several different camps that connect with different types of people. But in Philly was a beautiful vibe. Good to see the people that came out. The crowd was a nice size, because sometimes you don't want it too. The more the merrier, of course. If it's 1,000 people, that's beautiful. But sometimes you do want a nice, good handful. Not too many, not too little, but just the right amount of time to fellowship with and to really connect with the people. So it was a good, I say the most decent amount of people, very perfect amount. The Most High had it. A nice sunny day, maybe a little on the hot side, but it was a nice sunny and a nice warm sunny summer day. Of course, many of the brothers got to speak. The demons acted up, of course, but that's to be expected when we're in a time in this captivity. I mean, this is why the warriors have to be out on the front line. When you have to go where the sheep go. If the sheep are there, they have to be fed too. So the brothers are shepherds of the Most High, so they have to gather the sheep. So you definitely saw that spirit in Philadelphia. There was a shooting a few days later. I believe it was this past Tuesday or Wednesday, either Tuesday the 13th or Wednesday the 14th, August 14th, 2019, of Maurice Hill, who was a Jake, who police had a SWAT team had an arrest warrant for him selling drugs out of his house, and he hunkered down and shot out. He went in guns a-blazing. Now, there's conspiracy. Either way you cut it, some people said that's what happened, and you can't, it's not hard to believe Jake was shooting at cops, But either way, whether it happened or it's a conspiracy by the cops, because in the other side of the token is that, these cops faked it. He shot all these cops, 6 cops, but nobody was injured. Nobody got killed, just flesh wounds. Nobody was really seriously wounded. They all got released from the hospital the next day. Okay, let's go with the fact that if it's really happened, that's what it is. In hoods around the world, Jake shoots. Jake is into drugs, so that's a reality. So this is why the brothers go out to traveling to various cities, pulling up on these major cities, to get the spirit out there. You got to give somebody something. There are sheep in every nook and cranny of this country and of this world. So you got to hit all the cities and gather up who was meant to gather up for. So that's why we go out there, why we make these places, of course. And then the Most High manifested, and he almost backs up the reason why you do it. So this is we're trying to save people like Maurice Hill in the event that this is real, and you're not supposed to sell drugs to your people. We're in a battle that we're trying to fight Esau. Like, why would you try to poison your own soldiers, your own people in this fight? It doesn't make any sense. But then let's go to the second level. Let's go. This is not real. This is all staged. Well, the reason why it would be staged is because of gun control. They had these mass shootings, in El Paso, Texas, and Columbus, Ohio, by Edomite men, and they had to Esau, if this would be along the lines of their thinking, as this is not real, they have to make it so that, okay, you guys are crazy shooters too, because Esau is like that. He's petty like that. So they can start create laws for when you always know when black people do something, black Americans do something, or black people dwelling in America do something. They got laws that go right with that. Okay, this is why these incidents, you have to really examine them and examine what the reports are. Read about it, because then the answer would always be there. So definitely, because even President Trump has tweeted about, oh, this is gun control, this is prison reform. He had President Trump was saying along the lines, he had a long criminal record. So this is why we need to extend these prison sentences, because Jake is in prison, he can't fight the war, and then you're contained, you're warehoused. So if there was an agenda, a conspiracy, it would be to take the guns out of Jake's hand, or lock him up, or do both. So just to wrap it up, once again, these commentaries will be fairly quickly. The Most High, you see the manifestations of the Most High a few times. This is not by coincidence as far as us. We're not tooting our own horns, because all praises to the Most High. But there's many times when there's been camps in these major cities, and prophecy will happen right when you're there. Two examples. One, there was one time when Zabak went to Dallas, Texas for the first time. And I think either while he was there or as soon as he left, there was some major shooting that happened there. Just soon as you go out there, it's like, with the men in the Most High, when that word is going out, you don't understand. Sometimes we might take it for granted because it just seemed like it's guys on the corners yelling. But when you think, you don't understand on a deeper spiritual level what you're unleashing, what angels and spirits you're unleashing that cause these things to happen. And we've seen manifest that many times. It's like, that's why you say you can't make this stuff up, because you're doing something in the flesh, but also remember, we're spiritual beings too. So your flesh and your spirit, they work hand in hand. When something goes out in the flesh, something goes out in the spirit. So that many brothers out there in Philadelphia unleashed the spirit by coming in the honor of the Most High, and the sisters too that were supporting. And then the Most High said, all right, you did that, I'm going to do this. So, of course, the second example off the top of my head is, of course, the MAGA DC incident, where brothers was out there, just another day, brothers really sacrificed. Because I remember in that time of year, in January, it was ice cold outside. So for the brothers to go out to DC in that ice cold weather and stand out there and teach, and then of course what happens after that. The whole MAGA kid high school, Kentucky high school students, Covington high school students, made this worldwide news, where it got to celebrities, and every news outlet you can think of, every talk show had something to say about it. And these are just a handful of brothers representing HOY. So this is, you can witness that yourself. Even the most skeptical person can say, yeah, when y'all brothers pull up on these cities and go in these cities, you unleash spirits. And that's why we're thankful for your support when you guys show up, because you got the meat, there's milk and there's meat. That's the meat. Like, it's just their presence in the city and them talking to a handful of brothers, but you don't understand what spiritual covenant you're making when you sacrifice your time and traveling time and money to go to these cities just to wake our people up in the honor of the Most High. So once again, shout out to Philadelphia in particular, and for those out there in Philadelphia, hopefully the brothers will come back soon, and those who didn't get to partake in it, they can come back and stay tuned to the channel for the next time brothers out in Philadelphia, and let this be a lesson. Let this to strengthen your faith, that when brothers were out there within less than a week, a few days after brothers left, major prophecy happened in your city. So, let that strengthen your faith that this is not, none of this work is in vain. And to the brothers that were out there, definitely, for y'all too, that we had to sacrifice a Saturday, and a lot of us brothers came from New York. Some of them came from DC as well, and we sacrificed the time on a hot Saturday. We could do many other things, but for the Most High, it costs money to travel, gas. Some of us took bus tickets, train tickets, whatever you took to get there, and the Most High acknowledges that. And people of Philadelphia, the brothers that really it was beautiful to see the brothers that really wanted to really partake in the truth, and brothers out there saying that they took the time to come to see us, and we met a couple that said it changed their lives, where they a brother and his wife, she threw away all her pants, and even if we came for them, but that particular couple that was there, that was worth it, because a soul is invaluable. So if you came to see us to save one soul, then that is the work that the Most High requires of us. So with that said, this has been another commentary of Philadelphia. Once again, the jewel in that is this work doesn't go in vain. Prophecy happens, and you have to have faith, and you see the manifestations of that faith. The Most High will show you. You take one step to the Most High will take 2 steps towards you. So with that, this has been another episode of Nalah's Chamber. Once again, so thank you for your support in advance to help build this channel up, so I can continue to take the time and make these commentaries as this prophecy happens moment by moment. So hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and I will continue to make these videos. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shad, all praises to the Most High, and shout out to all the members of HOI and all of Israel in general, 12 tribes. Shalom, peace be unto you. Shalom.